What's up guys, and today's video is going to be about the new operators. As I'm recording this video, it's only been around 2 days since the Red Crow DLC just came out, and for the past 2 days I've been trying out Echo and Hibana, the two new Japanese operators. I want to make it clear that this video is not going to be about the new patch notes they added or anything else like that. It's specifically going to be talking about the new operators. I'm basically just going to do a breakdown of each character and give you my pros and cons and things I hope they kind of change in the future. So to start off, I'm going to be talking about Echo, the defensive operator from the Japanese. Let's begin with Echo's loadout. When I saw Echo's primary weapons, I saw that he had an MP5 that was kind of modified. At first I thought this was kind of cool because Kevier had the same type of modification to her pistol, and even though they had the silencer on that pistol, her weapon's really strong. But the more I played with the MP5 that Echo has, the more I kind of dislike it. I like that it had an automatic silencer on it, but I quickly realized that the gun is really weak. And don't get me wrong, I really like the MP5, especially when I played with Doc or Rook. But Echo's version of the gun seems really weak. Like weak to the point where it takes way too many shots just to kill a single person with it. Also, I felt that the recoil pattern was kind of random. I'm not sure if it's just me, but I felt like it was a little different from the MP5s that Doc had or Rook. As for Echo's Supernova, I really like that gun. It has really good range and the damage is actually pretty good. The only complaint I would have about the Supernova is that the pump action animation is kind of slow, but besides that, the shotgun's actually pretty amazing. Now I'm just going to give you guys my thoughts on Echo's gadget, which is a hovering drone named Yokai, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. This drone lets you see a video feed in real time, but only Echo can see it, none of his teammates can. The drone itself actually only hovers a few inches off the ground, but you can make it lift all the way up to the ceiling. And at this point you could actually shoot a sonic blast that actually stuns your enemies. This is actually a lot more effective than I thought. A lot of times when the enemy gets shot like this, they kind of freak out because they really can't see from a distance. The more I played with Echo's drone, the more I actually liked it. Hitting somebody with that sonic blast actually makes them think twice about coming into the room. Since you have that drone, a lot of the times when you're playing Echo, you're going to be really passive. Now I'm going to be listing 4 pros and cons about Echo. So the first pro on Echo's list would have to be a Supernova shotgun. The Supernova is an absolute beast. It has great damage, it has good range, and overall it's just a good shotgun. The second pro on Echo's list would have to be his sonic blast from his drone. This ability on Echo's drone is actually pretty effective because it actually tells you when you actually hit the person. Also, the effect lasts pretty long, and it gets you pretty confused if you're hit by it. The third pro about Echo is that he has a mobile video feed. Since Echo's drone could actually move around the map, he can easily scout the attacking enemy, and also since his drone has that camouflage once it goes up to the ceiling, it's pretty easy to hide. The final pro on Echo's list is that his drone has unlimited sonic blasts. Since you have unlimited shots with Echo's drone, you don't have to really worry about conserving your shots. And on top of that, Echo actually has 3 pre-charged rounds for his sonic blast, which could be really helpful if there's a group of enemies in one area. Now I'm going to be listing 4 cons about Echo. So the first con on Echo's list is that his drone doesn't have the ability to jump. This isn't the biggest issue, but it's kind of annoying when you're trying to scout out the enemy and there's a shield or a small object blocking your path because your drone can't jump. The second con on Echo's list is his MP5 SD. And don't get me wrong, I love using the MP5 for Doc and Rook, but I felt that Echo's version was really weak. It takes way too many bullets to kill somebody through body shots, even up close. So the only way to really get kills with this weapon is to get headshots. Now the third con on Echo's list is that he's a 3 armored operator. When I first saw a picture of Echo, I thought he was going to be a fast operator, but he ended up being a 3 armored operator, which I kind of felt sucked. Mainly because if you shoot somebody with that sonic blast, I wish you had the speed to get to them quickly. But besides that, it's not a huge deal that Echo is a 3 armored operator. You can still utilize him pretty good. Now for Echo's final con, it would be that he only has 1 drone. Since Echo only has 1 drone, he has to be really cautious when he's scouting out the attacking team. Also, once Echo's drone is taken out, he becomes a lot less vital to the team. Now I'm going to be talking about the attacking operator for the Japanese, which is Hibana. So the first primary weapon I used from Hibana was the Type 89 assault rifle. Right away when I started using this weapon, I realized how fucking amazing it is. The Type 89 has really good damage, and on top of that it has a high fire rate. On top of this, the recoil is really easy to control, which makes getting headshots a lot easier. Hibana also has the same shotgun as Echo, which is the Supernova pump action shotgun. And I already explained how awesome the Supernova is, and seeing that Hibana had the option for this weapon just made her loadout a lot more great. For Echo, I didn't mention anything about his secondary weapons, mainly because Hibana and Echo have the same type of weapons. They both actually have really good handguns, which is the P229. When I first used it in game, I actually really liked it. It had really good damage, and the capacity is actually pretty decent with 12 rounds in the clip. They also have the choice to pick a submachine gun for the secondary, which is the Bearing 9. Since they removed ACOG's code from the SMG-11, they did the same thing for the Bearing 9, which I felt Ubisoft made a great choice with that. I felt it was kind of bullshit that somebody could have a shotgun and a pocket sniper, so I'm really glad they fixed that. Even though the Bearing 9 doesn't have an ACOG scope, it's a pretty good choice of weapon because if you want to run the Supernova, which is a great gun, you could have a far range weapon with the sidearm. Hibana's gadget is the X-Kairos, which is basically a grenade launcher that shoots out pellets to a reinforced wall, and when she ignites it, she actually explodes a hole. When I first heard about Hibana's gadget, I didn't know how big the holes were actually going to be, but when I actually saw gameplay of it, I thought she was actually a real game changer. She has 3 shots, and you can use 2 of those shots to make a hole big enough to vault over. The one aspect I did like about the gadget is that you can shoot these pellets in any order you want. So you can even shoot the pellets down low so you can make holes in the bottom, which a lot of enemies don't expect. So now I'm going to list 4 pros and cons about Hibana. First pro on Hibana's list will be her Type 89. Hibana's Type 89 is the perfect weapon for an attacker. Her gun actually has really high damage, and on top of that it has a high fire rate. And the recoil is pretty easy to control. The second pro on Hibana's list would have to be her X-Kairos. Since her X-Kairos makes her the second operator to actually break reinforced walls, it makes Hibana just as valuable as Thermite. Now for Hibana's third pro, it would have to be her versatility. I like the fact that Hibana's a fast operator, and on top of that she has a gadget that's really versatile. I like the fact that Hibana could actually arrange her pellets in the way she wants. This way she could create holes for different situations. And the last pro on Hibana's list is that she could detonate all 3 of her charges at the same time. I think this is really cool because when you detonate 3 of those charges in different walls, the enemy doesn't know which wall to look at. And not only that, one Hibana charge could actually destroy a hatch by itself. Now I'm going to be giving you guys 4 cons about Hibana. The first con is going to be that Hibana's Type 89 only has 20 rounds in the magazine. At first when I started using the Type 89, I didn't notice the low magazine being an issue. But then I started getting into situations where my mag would empty out pretty quick. And usually when you empty your clip during a gunfight, you end up dead. And I started to realize when I played Hibana that I would empty her clip pretty quick. And this is obviously due to her high fire rate. The second con about Hibana is that her actual gadget pumps really slow. This con isn't a major issue, but sometimes if you're running out of time and you need to get into the room real quick, it takes Hibana quite a while to shoot all 3 pellets onto the wall. Not only that, when she activates it, it takes a good couple seconds for it to actually blow the wall. And sometimes this could actually lose you the round. The third con on the list would have to be that her gadget's really loud when she uses it. This is just a slight problem. Reason being is that they could hear where you're going to place your pellets at, so they know to avoid that wall, or they could go outside and shoot the pellets. Finally, the last con I noticed in Hibana was that she's really prone to getting bandit tricked. Since her gadget is really loud, and also it takes a while for pellets to activate, Bandit could easily place his battery while she's doing this. And if Bandit does this, he could usually destroy all your pellets in the wall. To finish off this video, I'll be naming 5 things I hope they change in the future. And to be specific, I'm talking about Echo and Hibana. The first thing on the list would have to be making Echo's drone actually jump. And I really hope this does happen in the future because it's kind of annoying when I can't get over my own shield, and so they should fix that. The second change I hope they do in the future is that they buff Echo's MP5, because as of now, I feel it takes way too many bullets just to kill a single enemy with the MP5 Echo has. Buffing Echo's MP5 would make him a way better operator overall. The third thing on the list would have to be making Echo's pump action animation a little faster. I understand that Echo's a 3 armored operator, but I don't like the fact that it takes forever to him to pump one shot into a shotgun. This is often a problem when I come across multiple enemies because sometimes my pump action animation is too slow to take them all down. The fourth change would have to be making Hibana's grenade launcher a lot quieter. This isn't a big issue of mine, but it's just something that would be nice if they did. The last change on the list would have to be Hibana's clip, because a lot of the times I run out of ammo too fast. Hibana doesn't really need many changes, but this is the only issue I see with Hibana. Everything else is just really minor and not many changes needed. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. If you did, hit that like button. If you want more content like this, subscribe to my channel. I try to post Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Also, I like getting feedback on my videos, so if you guys watch and there's something you want to say about it, whether you like it or disliked it, leave your comment in the comment section below. And once again, thanks for watching.